We've come to get new ideas to develop us. We're going to learn farming, like poultry, so many things, and I'm really fine, very blessed, because this is going to really change the whole of me.
I've come here for agribusiness. I'm going to train in agri-business, especially. I'm going to be a youth agri-renewal vendor, and I'm going to train very many things like fishery, poultry, piggery, and other creative skills like knitting, very many. And after here, I hope I am able to do my own business, especially in agriculture.
When we have a population of over 70% as youth, of course we've been oscillating as the youngest country in the world. How do we benefit from that population? We can only benefit if the youth stand up to be counted as the driving factor for the development of our country.
Hello. Yes, afande. Utapeleka jamaa kwa jela. Our village, we always receive many traders who always go there and buy crops. I expect to learn a lot in Gudie Leisure Farm, because as I can see around here, there is a lot of places where you can learn different kinds of things. Where I can see there is piggery project, which I was interested much to learn about. There is, I can see another thing. There is poultry, and there is even I can see there is a garden for banana. There is even a project of rabbit, and I want to learn about rabbit. All in all, what I've seen here is that learning environment is so good, because what I've come to learn here, I can see everything is in play, and I cannot regret. So far, in what I've learned, what I've seen, our teachers, what they have taught us. So, okay, in all, I cannot regret, because the little time I have so far spent here. I cannot regret. I wish as if they can add for more time. Yesterday, we had a teacher who was teaching us about our cultural practices like that, and yesterday I feel good because of that. Dancing to the song which I have never danced before, things like that.
I've experienced so many things, and mostly in piggery have got knowledge how to mix the feeds using the concentrate, calculating the concentrate, calculating the maize brand. Have learned how to treat my pigs, how to deworm them, and another thing, have known that I have to love my pigs the way I love my kid, because the much time you give your animals and the much love you give to them, it's a much love, it's a much, okay, the more you gain from them. Like in first week, I used not to care about my animals. I found that they have not increased in their average weight, because the first week the average weight, they were 27, some were 26, the big ones, then the small ones, they were 13.57. Then in the first week when I attended, I put more concern, more love. They had to increase. I found that my pigs, the ones that were 27, they had increased to 30, 33. Then those ones which were 15 have found up when they are now 18.83, of which I have got love. I've learned how to give love, how to give care, how to clean. Then another thing which I've learned in piggery section, I've learned how to make a water trough for my animals, how to make a feed trough for them. I've learned how to deworm. I never knew. I've learned how to tag, identifying the certain animal from another, or which have not been born at the same time. I've learned that. I've learned how to trim. Okay, they are breeds, of which these breeds, for them when they are born, they are growing up with when their teeth are whatever, they are sharp, we have to trim. And another thing I've learned how to shorten that tail, and I've known the advantages of shortening the tail. Good thing here, and the best and one thing which I want to appreciate people of Gudie Leisure Farm is only one, and I appreciate Gudie Leisure Farm members and the MD very well, because they have been looking and taking care of the kids, especially my kid, For sure, I've got enough time. I've enjoyed each and everything in time. I've been having enough time for my work because they are taking care of my kid. They are breastfeeding her, as in giving her milk. They give her what to eat. They make sure that the baby is clean. They have bathed her. The jellies, everything. I find that the girl is okay. And when I'm in my enterprise this side, I find that I have got peace in the enterprise where I am.
From this farm, I had a life change. This life change in all categories of things, like what I'm doing as a YAV, giving value addition to the white meat. And as a function, we always have on weekends, those Sundays reports. They gave me a new experience that I can also able to talk in front of people. I can also talk about my skills, what I'm learning. Like if I can talk a bit about my YAV, my skill, the skill I'm learning as a YAV, value addition to the white meat. I can slaughter chicken, I can portion it, I can marinate it, and I can fry or roast it. Another experience I learned so much, it is how to approach customers. I'm able to prepare and to search for my own customers. I can talk about my product and I can receive customers.
I have had a very wonderful experience and exciting one, whereby I have acquired very many business skills, whereby I had none, and I have got to know how to make very many items and how to market them. So far, business skills, I get to know some soft skills, how to communicate with a customer. I got how to maintain time, self-awareness, teamwork, how to do work with team. There is transformation in my life whereby now I can start up a small business with a small capital. I went boarding schools from primary to senior 4. I was boarding, whereby we were at school. We are not gaining any hands-on skill. That, for example, where they give you something, you make it on your own, whereby we are just focusing on the books, reading, doing what, minus doing any what, hands-on school, whereby even if when you go back or when you don't have job, you can do something, or you can create out your business. Nothing. We had nothing for sure. But now I have got some skills whereby I can start up my own business. I get a product, I take it to market, and I get money.
One, two, three, up, good. So we
wake up her heart. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. The baby can cry again.
you can go.
Yeah, my experience before coming to Gudie Leisure Farm, I am a teacher by profession. Have been teaching, but since lockdown came in, they had to close all the schools and I got stuck where to earn a living. So I had to come to Gudie Leisure Farm, and the good thing I've got from Gudie Leisure Farm is that the environment is so conducive because I'm free to interact with the environment, my fellow students. I'm able to know some of them, the fellow BMAs from different districts, Hoima, Kasanda, Isinjiro, and they are friendly to me too. Above all, I'm happy that Gudie Leisure Farm has made me at least be somewhere. As I'm talking now, I've gained enough experience. I was taught how to carry out first aid, whereby I'm ready to offer a first aid help whenever I get someone who is in need. I'm able to respond to that person positively, provided he or she needs my help. And another thing, I'm able to promote health. How? Health begins with you, a person. So I also promote personal hygiene, not only myself, I also encourage personal hygiene to other BMAs by always advising them to be smart. Now also keeping the environment clean, because we do carry out assessment yesterday, part 1. All the health promoters carried out assessment in different places, and we came out with our reports, which was not all that bad. Everything was okay. However, there are some area of improvements, and we talked about them. They are ready to improve.
You are buying before you start riding.
Yes, before you're riding, check your bicycle, the condition of your bicycle, motorcycle. But what are you checking?
You're supposed to check the brakes. Whether the one was where you are supposed to start from. You press the pedal up the left where you are supposed to start. Where is it? The first what?
I'm very proud of being here because I was really my expectations are all covered as the way I have been expecting it. One, I was very happy when I reached here. Think when you try to see the accommodation place, yes, we are sleeping so many people, but we are really enjoying. So we can have even stories at night. We can enjoy with others. What I'm proud most is about the freedom they have given us. We can chat with the dogs. We can chat with all staffs. We are really every weekend we are eating well. Every weekend we are eating well. Yeah, it's really important. More especially pork. Pork, it has been my favorite meal. Every weekend I was enjoying. Every weekend I enjoy. And even the way of learning, I have been learning very well. They could allow us to ask the questions we want. If we want to, like for example, in yacht, for me in yacht, we are allowed to ride the motorcycles when we want. The bicycle, I started with the bicycle, I mastered that, and even I reached on the motorcycle, I am done with motorcycle. Now today we are dealing with tukutuku, and I have been experiencing, they are not even stopping us from using any motorcycle you want. It's really wonderful. And when we see about community work, in the community work we are doing well. We are going there not even to work but to learn. You learn how to clean in the piggery, you learn how to clean in the chicken. So I was very wonderful of being here. For me here, even I am a chairperson of integrity. What I have learned from here, it's just cooperation. It brings people to grow fast. Because there is something, like for example here we are me, I'm a yacht. I need somebody from the vendors who are going to add value on my food. I need somebody who is going to produce food, good feeds for my animals. Those are the feeders. So working as a group, it makes somebody to ease the work. But as like use, we want to use person business, and you find that we are lacking capital. But if we sit and we gather our resources, we are going to achieve very fast. Being as a leader, you have to learn, or you have to identify the use you are in. Because if you don't identify the use you are dealing with, you are going to be, they are going to be like a burden on you. Now here they have been showing how the leadership moves. For example, here I'm leading Integrity District. You find this one are doing this one are doing this one. I wanted even to learn on the second day when I was elected, but they gave me the skills. For example, they told us you have to try to identify the community you are dealing with. What do they need? After identifying those ones, you sit down, select the people, and in the group, don't move with the majority who are not serious. Move with the few, but who are serious. I told you I want to use experience from here, because they told us we should not be fixed in one business. If there is a gap, you can even have like 3 businesses you are running. For example, here they have given me a riding permit for the motorcycle. But me, what I don't want to stop on the motorcycle. I want to go and get the driving permit for the vehicles, for the cars. It's like from here, I want to go and start rearing animals, like pigs, even chicken. If I start rearing that one, I will be picking that white meat from my place and I take it in my restaurant. So if I get it from my place, that means I'm leaving money home and even I'm taking my money in the business. because I should not leave the money going out. I should keep my money inside so that I can also grow well.
The way I was before here, it is not the same way I am right now, because I've learned. Okay, I'm a parent of 3 kids. But the love which I've been showing my kids is not the same love which I've been showing other people's kids. I've learned that from here, that you must be a parent, not a parent to only your own children, but you must be a parent to every kid. I've learned that. And another thing, I'm not the same I'm not the same in that the way I was back at home is not the way I am to now. I've now known that I'm supposed to make a feed trough, whereby that feed trough will help my pigs not to pour those feeds that I've given them. They will eat from there, whereby avoiding the destroying of the feeds. I've learned that also, whereby I had even to call my husband back, telling him to make a feed trough. I had to direct him to get the timbers to construct a feed trough, and I also told him to get a motor tire and get a basin to make a water trough, of which even though I live here, I won't be the same. And the people at home are expecting me to take more skills, like in rabbits, in poultry, and even in piggery, because they are in fishing, can culture. Is it aquaculture? Aquaculture, there we are lacking water. We don't have enough water. But at least can culture is my aim. I'm aiming at making that as my business, and poultry and piggery is okay. Those 2 things. They are my targets.
The difference is like I have really changed, because first of all, I never knew that we can spice our meals with the herbs. Because from Gudie Leisure Farm, I learned how to cook using our natural herbs, which can help us as spices, but also as a medicine. I have got very many information about things. Even I myself, sometimes you may think that you are something when you are not. But from here, that experience with the different people, I try to know myself, and I try to change something in my life. That is even my being in group. My reaction, how I react now, it is according to the experience I've got here. I was a person who never knew that there is a certain life in such institutions. For us, we knew that schooling is just all the time in the books, maybe this and that, but in this farm, I found very many people for very many categories of very many behave, and to give me some changes. Like I never knew that a woman can manage a very big institution like this one, but I found out when this institution is managing by a woman like me. We have been having very many functions, and some of the guests who was coming was women, and they found that a woman can talk about something big, a woman can even write a book, a woman can even very many things.
it really gave me something in my life, and that Ludovic from last year is not the one for this year, 2021.
I went boarding schools from primary to senior 4. I was boarding, whereby we were at school, we are not gaining any hands-on skill. That, for example, where they give you something, you make it on your own, whereby we are just focusing on the books, reading, doing what, minus doing any what, hands-on school, whereby even if when you go back or when you don't have job, you can do something, or you can create out your business. Nothing. We had nothing for sure. But now I have got some skills whereby I can start my own business. I get a product, I take it to market, and I get money.
Yeah, what has changed me as a youth is that at least I'm able to do different things at a go. For example, I can start my business. At the same time, this is when the school opens, I can also be doing my professional work alongside business. That's what I've liked most from this course.
Life will be more easier compared to the past one, since I've acquired skills, and I'm sure I'm going to apply them when I go back home to my villa.
Some youth, they don't want to work. That's the big problem. You may find that they may be having a chance of a job, but they are lazy in working. And some enjoy, fix themselves into bad groups. You find them when they have grouped themselves, you find them in a bar taking alcohol, others are taking marijuana, sort of.
The first challenge is that they are waiting to get enough capital to start up. Yet here I remember they told us that you start with the capital you have, or you start with a skill which you have. That is the first problem they have. They are waiting for the much capital, yet they are supposed to begin with the capital they have. The next challenge is that they are lacking skills. For example, me, I came here without any skill, then for sure now I have done what I have gained. Those are some of the challenges that we are facing.
The things hindering youth from development is that most youths have that energy of doing work, but they're not supportive. Should I say supportive? They think they can't manage to do something actually when they have that capacity of doing it. Yes, they always think that they have no money or nowhere to start actually when the immediate environment is ready for them to start something, but they don't see that.
The youth of Hoima, including me, we have several reasons why we are still poor. But one of them, it's about the knowledge of starting a business, I have told you. The knowledge of starting a business, for us, we want the huge income. For example, we want like 2M or 1M to start a business. And yet, we can start little. For example, we can start with 2 chicken. As you keep on selling, tomorrow you get 3, the following day you get 4. So it has been lack of startup business knowledge. And another thing about the youth in my village, it's about we are undermining the businesses. We want the good business. For example, a shop, we want to work in the office, and yet we don't have those qualities of working in the office. And another thing, we had no knowledge of getting customers. You find we have now in my area, we have customers who can eat pork, but we had no knowledge that if you sell a pork, when you don't sell it in a whole, you can do even sausages from the pork. So the experience I got here, I want also to pass it around through my fellows, so that we can also get something from what I have acquired here at Gudie Leisure Farm.
After here, my plan is to make aquaculture, caniculture, and piggery as my business, of which I've got skills and knowledge of which I never had. Having acquired the knowledge and the skills of constructing the caniculture structures, I've acquired them already. I will go and construct, I would at least start with 5 rabbits, and I know those 5 rabbits will have to push me onto my target.
Because from here, I have already plans, because we never plan. For us, we know that we can be just there, waiting for a job, waiting for a capital to start a business. But from here, I had those skills and information that I can start a business from the little I have. It means those knowledge that they have been giving me, they are now for me. They are now for me to use as my capital. Another thing is I can't be job sick. For us, I was saying every day you can go to someone, please give me some job, give me casual work or what. But today, I know that I can also be a boss. I can also start my small business and give jobs for others. So for me, really, Gudie Leisure Farm has helped me a lot, and I promise that I will put it in act.
From here, with all the skills I have acquired here, I'm going to implement them. I'm going to begin with my own business, a business of candle making, starting with a small amount. So I shall go on doing what? Growing with that small business.
Me becoming a health promoter, I'm seeing it is not a bad choice. It was a good choice for me, because being a health promoter, I'm able to balance my food, because we are taught how to carry out nutrition, how you balance your food when you're feeding. So I would use this knowledge that when I go back to that side of my profession, that I'm ready to carry the knowledge of health to education, to relate health and education.
And me, I want to be an example in my Vera or my district, Hoima. I want to go direct from immediately I come when I leave this place. I want to start my business, and my business in 5 years, I want at least to also to be a boss of other people. So I want to make to expand my business. I want to make the biggest pork restaurant in my village.
I'm planning to train more youth, the ones who remain behind. I'm planning to train to make the agro clubs in the schools around, so that to train the young youth about feed production, animal management, the white meat.
Omukubi gwabako tuteekamu omugobe, netuteekamu ebinyoobwa.
The practical part of the training is what I found most useful to me, that I can now, even at the practical part of the training, that I'm given the chance to go and do from here. I used to transport the things to the field. and I used to connect with the customers. So it made it easier for me that if I'm there outside them at home, I can easily make market surveys and also deliver those things as I was doing it here. So the practical part of the training was so useful to me.
I'm on the road right now, which I didn't expect to ever do in my life. But I have, I can't really call it a roasting place, but because people in my area do a lot of deep fried chicken. So you have to really learn how to handle the babies, the aged and the old ones.
When I got this knowledge of making pads, it was something so exciting that I would like, this is the right thing that I think I can implement in the village down there. So it really, I felt so much, I mean, I was filled with the spirit, I mean, of making the sanitary pads. Then the next thing that didn't go my way was the part of the knitting. Because here they taught us using our hands, and yet out there we are looking up to quality.
For me, my story is quite different from the rest. Reason being granted a chance to remain behind to watch the village challenge until it comes to its completion, I took this as an advantage to learn most of the things. When I go for production, that was the area where I was incubated, and I tried to maximize it. I went for marketing. There came a scenario, the fourth cohort members had just reported they had just started undergoing their training. Then we received some of the products from the feeders. Those were the green peppers, and then I think plus the lettuce, something like that. Then I realized that the things which were there, they had started rotting. And then, so I was granted a chance to take the products to the market, where I learned, meaning I got access to marketing, even though I was not a marketeer.
I will not say that there is anything that I learned here that was not useful. As a young, all the skills I got here, they are used to me. Communication skills, the weaving skills, everything I learned from here, there's nothing that has not been unuseful to me.